Any more questions?
Mr. Chairman, with everything that's being discussed, we'll give an opportunity. What we're going to do is we put a delay here. Nothing's going to get done. We'll come back and have to do the renovations. That's the way I see it. So based on the information given, all the information given and where we're at, where we stand on our timeline, what we've invested as a Macon County taxpayer today, I make a motion that we move ahead with the renovations as voted on unanimously by this board and by the school board, and with one caveat that we authorize the county manager to please go ahead and see what processes we'll have to do to the new athletic building at the middle grade school. I'll put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion?
Now, how we're gonna work that, we don't have numbers on this.
No, that's what my motion said, is to authorize the county manager to proceed to get those numbers.
Just authorize him to
Just
do it.
authorize him to look into that, to see if it's feasible during this same time. We might, what I'm thinking, we might be able to get the same contractor. While he's there, we might get a pretty good price. So I'm just thinking, that's what I'm thinking.
Are we still kind of just talking right here? Help me with this, Lori. Now, with this project that we're talking about, renovation to middle school, the contingency money that was left over, we're going to divert that back into the track and some of those. Am I right or wrong, or did I dream there?
There's leftover.
That's been brought up, but I don't know if you can do that. When
You don't know if there'll be any left.
When you borrow money for this project, it has to be spent on this project, or it can be used to pay down the debt. So I don't think we could divert any contingency money, because again, that contingency is built into our total loan package.
Okay.
So I don't know that we'd be allowed to divert it to another project, but we could use it to pay down some on the debt.
Okay.
I know someone had expressed that, and I don't know that I was in on that conversation of the desire to do that, but I don't know if we legally could.
Now, you could include, Mr. Shields, that, just to carry it further, and authorize the county manager to include that. If my motion should pass, let him include that with the construction of a new athletic facility, about a new track at middle grade or wherever we got a place we can put it. And some of those things that Josh was really concerned with, and that was the track and the football field. Me and Lewis Penland spent a small fortune on both.
Needs a new turf field out there.
I think we, before we just start throwing tracks out there, like, we need a plan. Like, we're going to keep, as Mr. Shields talked about, we're going to keep bringing high school students to the middle school. Like, that's what bothers me. We built 3 facilities out there: the high school softball, the high school baseball, and the high school soccer. They're all out there. So now we're going to build the track, but Mr. Shields, we still have the problem that you brought up. Like, are we going to fix the track at the high school? We're going to keep, as Mr. Beale, I mean, there's a creek underneath that. We know we're wasting money, but again, are we just going to authorize money to fix the track at the middle school and say, well, we'll just look into building a high school later and we'll build another track over there? And like, again, I go back to the plan. We need to have these discussions. This is just throwing out crazy thought, like,
We've not seen no crazy thoughts in about 15 years when it concerns the school.
I'm very supportive of the plan. Let's, if we go ahead and approve this renovation, educational improvement for drop-offs cliff, you won't hear mention of, I mean, we'll still be sitting here 10 years from now talking about what we're going to do at the high school. It's still going to be leaking, it's going to be rotting, it'll fall off. We've addressed the issue at hand today. We're firefighters. When we have a fire, we put it out, wait till the next one. And that's not a, that's how I'm going to support my opposition. I'm like John Kerry, I voted for it and I'm voting against it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. What concerns me the most about voting to delay this is just that we're delaying something that's inevitable. And I mentioned to Josh when he first asked me about this 2 weeks ago that we might be just a little bit late to the party with this one.
If we
It's
vote,
hard. I just feel like there's just a lot of unknowns. I love the concept. I love the idea, and I know there's a way to make it happen, but is it? There's just a lot of unknowns there. It's how you pay for it. It's how you get the DOT to work. It's how you, and you know, I'm afraid that we're. Again, I don't like the word Band-Aid. I feel like 10 million is not worth a Band-Aid.
I would like to say one more thing. I mean, we've talked about a lot up here, and just about every person on this board has pretty much admitted that we're putting a Band-Aid out there. It's on record. But secondly,
You've not heard me admit that.
secondly, there's a record. I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason the rearview mirror is a whole lot smaller than the windshield. Like Mr. Tate said, we can all find a reason not to do something. I'm not asking to terminate the plans. I'm not asking to scrap it. I'm just saying, let's just stop a minute. Just tap the brakes. Okay, 90 days. If that's what you suggest, let's talk about it again. But by then, we can ask Mr. Rowland and ask Mr. Morgan. We can go out there and see if it even works. Again, we're going to spend $13 million on renovations, and the high school track's still falling apart. Like, again, we're just, hey, yeah, like Mr. Paul says, we're firefighters. You know, and secondly, on this capital improvement plan, it's been bothering me, but we're talking about the jail and everything else. But would we rather build a big, beautiful jail or a big, beautiful high school, middle school? I mean, it's, to me, I think they're hand in hand, cause and effect.
I disagree with that comment, Josh.
I do too.
All right, we'll call the question. I still don't know which one to go.
Can you get through that?
call the question, Mr. Chairman.
All right, and all in favor of proceeding ahead with the renovation, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now, with that being said, I'm the man in the middle here, so I'll be ready to say that I do like Mr. Beale's thoughts that we need to get rolling with some improvements to the athletic facilities at Macon Middle School. I'd love to see that field turf. I'd love to see the track repaired. I'd love to see the facilities put in out there. I'm also going to give Josh my word if he doesn't kick me in the shin here in a minute and step on me. But, I will give you my word. My background is in land planning, and I am going to move forward with helping you keep your enthusiasms, and I will help you solve the problem and how we're going to move this forward. And if it costs us, we're looking at a $100 million project, and if it's 10 million renovations, 10% of that problem, then so be it. You can point at me down the road and say I made the biggest mistake ever, and that cost the county $10 million. But I feel like we're delaying an inevitable here, but I am ready to move forward, and I'm giving you my word on it here, man. And I know, like I say, you're not happy with me now, and that hurts me too. So,
Mr. Chairman, I don't think you finished the vote.
all in favor, signify by saying aye. We had 3 ayes. Opposed?
Aye.
There you go.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
No motion to adjourn.